That's it, I'm back to a solo sailor again. It's been many years since I've been a solo sailor. Last time I was a solo sailor was back in 15 years ago or something, 20 years ago, sailing Papua New Guinea. Anyway, it's funny how, you know, you get used to stuff. Like I was used to sailing alone, I was so used to being alone, and I was comfortable in it. And then I've gotten used to being married and being with my wife. And so the change from that back to being alone again is a little bit of a shock. Anyway, what am I yapping on about? It's only 1 month, or maybe 2 months, somewhere like that. And I get to go sailing through Asia at the same time. So, you know, yeah, got nothing to be worried about. But I'll miss it. Yeah, we've become very, very, very close. All right, enough yapping on. Let's go sailing. Sailing Swizzle heading out of Port Dickson Admiral Marina on their way north to Pangkor and ultimately Langkawi. May not see them again. They're moving fairly rapidly, certainly faster than me. I'm taking the boat alone up to Pangkor now, about 140 nautical miles from here. I've got to go and clear out with Harbour Master, Customs and Immigration. Even when you move domestically from port to port within Malaysia, you need to clear in and clear out. You're not clearing in like you would on your passport, but they need to know apparently, so that's the way it is. Anyway, it is actually a pain in the neck moving around in Malaysia, and it is a real impediment to cruising yachts for sure. But the rules are the rules, so you've got to follow them. So I'm going to go and clear out shortly. Got a mate taking me down there, and then going to head off for an overnighter up to Port Klang. And I don't think I'm going to get much wind apart from maybe thunderstorms and huge amounts of wind and then nothing. So I think it'll just be motoring for the next 27 hours or similar. Well, I'm underway. I left Port Dickson Marina about half an hour ago, and put the fishing rod in the water. I wasn't expecting any wind at all, but and I am motoring as I expected to motor, but I have got a little bit of suitable breeze, so I've stuck the main and the headsail up, and wait and see if the wind fills in. I don't think so. I think the wind is just going to shift and drop away. In the meantime, got the line out, and we'll wait and see. I haven't fished since I caught that big tuna in Indonesia, mostly because I didn't want to take fish away from the poor locals. But here in Malaysia it's a bit different. They're definitely middle class here, certainly up there with Australia. So I'm quite happy to take fish out of the waters if we can catch one. And I just passed a couple of little fishing canoes, you know, the sort of stuff that we have in Australia where guys go offshore in those little canoes and catch fish. So you never know, there might be some around. And I did see some guys on the marina the other day with some what we call queenfish. They're not, you know, awesome eating, but they're okay. So yeah, see if we can get one. Anyway, here we are in the channel, come out of Port Dickson. I'm just going to run up here, cross over the bank. Once I'm over the bank, then I'm going to head out and track along the coast there, picking up the shipping channel probably around about here. And then we'll follow the shipping channel out and around, not because it's not enough water, but because of these shoals here. There's apparently a lot of fishing nets through here. Whereas if I stay in the shipping channel here, I'm not likely to hit a fishing net. And we're going to be up here around night tonight, so best time. It's getting a little bit busy there as we're coming down the edge of the channel there. We're going north right on the edge of the channel. That's the main shipping channel, and we've got two vessels crossing. Colombo is inside the crossing zone, but the Chinese vessel Xin Hu Zhao or whatever is just doing whatever the hell he wants, which is pretty much what the Chinese do. He's altered course already. That Chinese vessel, we were going to clear him well and truly, but he's now altered course and he's closed that gap down to about 0.2 of a mile. So we're going to have to closely watch him. There's no way he's going to give way to us. These vessels, these Chinese vessels in particular, they just do whatever the hell they want. There she is there, about half a mile ahead. We're getting a little bit of a favourable breeze at the moment, so I'm getting some motor sailing. It's giving me about six and a bit knots through the water, and we got the tide with us, so we're getting about another knot and a half at the moment still. I was getting 3 knots, it's slowly turning against me. Pretty soon I think we'll be down probably into a couple of knots. Good morning, Starlight champions. So we had a pretty good night. Had to motor sail right through the night, but we got a good cracking pace up. So much so that this morning, just on dawn right now, I actually see Swiggle, who left the marina 4 hours ahead of us, is now actually behind us. So I think we must have timed the tide just perfectly, really. Or he's been trying to sail and we cheated by motor sailing, one of the two. But anyway, it's nice to see them, and no doubt we'll pass by. I can actually see the destination ahead of us. It's a little bit dark, so I won't try and film it now. Palau Rumbia. Whether there's actually an anchorage there that's going to be suitable, I think a bit dubious. We've had a northeast breeze all night, which is still sort of puffing. It's not much, it's less than 10 knots, but it's not a very strong anchorage and certainly exposed to the northeast. So might just go in, drive around, have a bit of a look, maybe just sound it out a little bit, familiarise myself with it, and then come back to it when conditions are good, and then maybe continue on to Pangkor. So that's the main island of Pulau Rumbia. There, the larger one, and a couple of smaller islands next to them. I can't remember the names of those. Palau Rumbia has a couple of marked anchorages on Zulu waterways, but they all say dodgy. So we're just going to go and swing past, sound it and have a bit of a look. And whether we decide to anchor or not, I don't know. I don't think so, because I've got an onshore breeze here at the moment, even though it's backed off. I think I'll probably go on to Pangkor, which I can see in the distance. You can't see, it's a bit hazy. But I reckon we'll go on to Pangkor and anchor up there for the night. That way I know I can get a good night's sleep. Just making the final approach now to the anchorage here in Pangkor, on the southern side of Pangkor. Just going to sneak my way in there and anchor. To tell you I'm impressed with this would be an understatement. This is beautiful. Beautiful beach. Yeah, I think we're going to be quite comfortable here for a couple of days. Looking forward to it.